Hi, this is Frederica with Thinking Free with Frederica, and we're back on to continue the conversation that we have been having around mental health, wellness, healing, inner healing, and just becoming and allowing ourselves to step into the person that we are created to be. Not just the person we feel like we have to be, the ways that we feel like we must show up. For those of you who are new to this channel, I am Frederica. I am a licensed professional, mental health professional in the state of Texas. I am not your counselor and I am not giving counseling advice. What I am here to do is to give great, or what I feel is like great, information that can be applied across different areas of our life, and it is up to us to choose to use it or not. If you are in search of a therapist, there are many out there, many available on many different platforms that you or someone that you know can reach out to. So again, this is not therapeutic, this is not medical advice. This is me coming on my YouTube channel just to have a talk and share a few things. So today, what we're going to be looking at is our emotions, looking at joy, looking at hope, looking at vulnerability, and some of the ways in which our body can intercept those messages and change them, and how we can be impacted, and how our thoughts, our behaviors, our view of rest, our view of the world, ourselves, and the other people are impacted by certain experiences that we've had or ways that we are perceiving things. So, as we take another step forward in this conversation, let's look at hope. We've been talking about hope as a desire, as an expectation, as a confidence that something that we have been thinking of, talking to ourselves about, desiring, will come to pass, will make itself known, will be created in and we will have it. We will have it. We will experience it. Sometimes that requires us to partner with bringing it into being. But more importantly, we have to start with the belief that we can have it, with the hope, with the expectation that we can have it. And so, what gets in the way of having hope sometimes is where we have had missed opportunities, missed appointments, things didn't happen in the ways that we thought that they would. And because they didn't happen in the way we thought they would, or people in our lives mishandled opportunities, mishandled us, mishandling our childlike hope and faith that things would work. What that means is that our body has received messaging. Our body is internalizing messaging, not just what we can remember, but what our body also remembers. And sometimes our body is holding on to things that we don't even in our conscious mind recognize. And so if we have hope around someone showing up for us, someone celebrating us, but we've had experiences where that didn't happen, or we were embarrassed during one of those times. Sometimes our body can hold messaging that expecting someone to show up or hoping that someone can show up is threatening, it's dangerous. And so we may find ourselves leaning away from hope when we actually need to lean in. We may find ourselves leaning away from wanting people around us, but this is actually the time when we may need to lean in. So, how do you overcome that? Well, one, we need to kind of know that it exists, right? We need to know that it exists within us, that are not just our will to do something, our ability to do something is at play, but also our body's capacity, our body's tolerance to be able to let us do that thing. So if you've ever had to push through a workout, push through driving or doing something when you're sleepy, although we should not necessarily drive when we're sleepy, but We have the knowledge, but physically we're just not able to do it. Physically, we need to stop. We need to take a nap. We need to get a hotel and stop driving. And so we do. And it matters how we talk to ourselves about that. If we are talking to ourselves and saying, I should have done it, I should have made myself, but your body is also communicating. And how do we help our body get in a position where it will let us and come along with us as our brain is choosing to do something? So here is where we get to stop and be with ourselves to say, okay, even putting your hand on your heart as a very a message to show togetherness, grounding, connectedness, to say, I'm recognizing that my body doesn't want to do this, that a part of me does not want to move forward here, that a part of me is concerned about um, getting its hopes up that people will show up, that this holiday season will be beautiful, that other people will want to celebrate in the way that you want to celebrate or the way that I want to celebrate. And so we hold space for that. We choose to give our body breath, like, breathing in deeply, in through our nose, down into our belly, and out of our mouth. And in those things, knowing that we're giving our actual body nutrients or nurturing ourselves as well through that breath, giving us time to hear from our heart and those messages, impulses, images that may come up while we're slowing down and hearing from our heart. If that slowdown feels uncomfortable, if that slowdown starts to bring anxiousness, then that is, again, your body communicating with you that it actually needs it, that it needs more of that. It needs the opportunity to share with you some of the things that is impacting it. And once you do that, um, you will notice, you will likely notice that you feel more um, connected internally with yourself, that you may feel a little bit more relaxed or relieved because you've taken some time to actually hear what your heart is saying. And then after that, you can decide to move forward with the hope or the ideal or the action that follows hope, or you can choose to pivot and do something else. The main thing that you chose to do was to stop, to hear from yourself, to hear from your body, and to honor that a part of you may be holding some emotional pain or an experience that needs your attention. So I hope this has been helpful. Our goal for these chats, for these talks, is to um, gain some more understanding, gain some quick skills and helpful information to be able to navigate our internal and our external experience. Hope that you've enjoyed our quick talk today and that this helps you to be able to think more free. Again, this is Frederica with Thinking Free with Frederica, and I look forward to you in our next video. Have a great day.